Yeah, good morning to all. And this is a new session and a new class before the preliminary examination. After the prelims, a lot of people, turn to their preparation. And almost, I think this month, by the May month, a lot of people they'll finish their graduation as well. And it's a YouTube live class. The people who are interested, they can join the classes also. I can say, a lot of people say, a lot of people are convenient by the online classes nowadays. But you always, being a serious aspirant, you have to look at the what is the, by which mean the lot of benefit, by the offline classes or by the online live classes or by the recorded classes. Rahul, कुछ दिक्कत है क्या? नहीं. Yeah, by the recorded class. That's what you have to see. You're at convenience, and when you have opportunities, availabilities, a lot of possibilities, whichever the best suit for you, that's what you can choose. But being a teacher, if you can ask me, I'll definitely say offline is the best. There's no replacement for the offline, because you can see your teacher, you can talk to your teacher, you can talk to your peer group friends also, you can see the environment also. You can see the environment also. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's okay. But see, I would love to say that nowadays is very less competition. I can say this sentence is very confidently, right? And why? So see, whenever the lot of availability you can have, it's very obvious that without asking anything, you are getting something. So the value of that is very less. Even sometimes no value also, right? इसको disturb मत करो राहुल, मेरे को comment देखने दीजिए. Yeah, I'm able to see the comments of the people. कितना लोग attend कर रहे हैं? Okay, fine, because it's all of a sudden announcement. It's okay, well. Yeah. I thought of, to begin the linear programming problem in this slot. Why I chose the linear programming problem at this moment. I think preliminary is of which date exam? 24th. Yeah. So before the preliminary examination, I have to finish it. So that's the reason I chose this small size of the chapter, and it's easy also, anyone can understand this content. So that linear programming content is basically a part of the operations research, okay? And basically this operations research and this operations research is a part of the statistics, not statics, statistics basically. I just want to say LPP is a part of the word basically, is a operations research OR is basically is a part of the word statistics. Statistics is a part of the word mathematics, okay. So initially, all these content just only the complete part of the mathematics. But later on, the statistics got separated from the maths. Again now, operations research has been separated from the, this statistics. Again, a small part is that linear program. But why this linear programming has been introduced? Why this operations research has been introduced, I would say. Because of what? World War II. So what is the relation with the World War II with this operations research? It's very obvious that, the purpose of this content to be introduced, that in a less cost, maximum damages on the enemy camps. That's what. So that was the purpose. After getting a huge success in the military operations of this operations research, now it has been introduced into what? A normal public life. So the first unit in India has been started in Hyderabad of this operations research, right? But nowadays, whatever the World War is going to occur, it may not occur, I'm not sure. But now the World War things are different. The war things are different now. And in olden days, that is very traditional. But now drones and all, like this kind of technology, AI and all, right? That's a different case. It's okay. But anyway, we got an opportunity to study about what this operation is, research. I told a slogan that in a less cost, the maximum damages on the what? Enemy camps. That means that there is a less as well as the maximum, right? Less means here minimum, then maximum. What do you mean? It has been applied into the normal life of the public, right? Of course, in a day-to-day life also, we'll always think about a minimum and a maximum. Just if you can think about this pen, if I'll be purchasing this pen at a shop, right? What I always have to think that whatever have been purchased, I feel that I've been purchased at a minimum possible cost. The person who sold it, you always think that I have been possibly sold it at a maximum price. What is to be, what has been sold by me, it has been done by what? The maximum cost, the maximum price, not the maximum cost, right? The customer always think that he is purchased, always think that he is possibly purchased in a less cost or minimum cost. That's it. That means that whole of the life, the whole of the society, whole of the operations of the normal public and all, always have to happen with what? Minimum and a maximum. There are two things are going to be occur. Minimum or else maximum. Maximum or else minimum. That's it. That means that the whole content is to be discussed with only minimum and a maximum. Right? So that's what the case. So initially, somebody written a message that, sir, I have done my graduation in a BA Sociology honors. Okay, man. But I have interest in maths. Is possible? Yeah, it is possible. But I suggest you, there's one student also BA subject person. I suggest you take the, nowadays, if you really love the mathematics, you take the maths optional, but along with that, you join the BSc Mathematics course or BSc Maths, Physics, Chemistry, Maths, Chemistry, Computer Science, anything you can join in any of the university. This is what my suggestion, Vivek. Right. So that you feel that I'm also the mathematics student. So that will help you. Okay. I don't want to misguide you. In an initial stage only I'll say this word to you. Okay. कोई 2027 में है सब? हाँ. 27 के लिए भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. What's the problem? Okay. Yeah. ऊपर नीचे मत करो. Yeah, it's okay. Now I just told that we'll always look at the word minimum, maximum, minimum. That's it. So we can look at one of the problem which is related to what? Sales or else business problem, right? So how a person thinks to do a business on his purchase. Of course, he purchases first, later on he sells back them, right? I'll just take a vendor problem over here. I write also, man. How do I think? Please, this introductory problem is so important to anyone, and this keeps and go to, till the last of the chapter also. Okay. Yeah. I'll be just picking up one of the problem. General problem. General problem. Okay. Please, we can derive the information from this. I'm not talking very generalized information over here. I'll just talk later on. Right now, it's okay. Yeah. Well, you see, suppose a window has a sum of rupees 350. Please be careful over here. I'll be picking the data. And second point here, with which he purchases two types of tape, say say oh, red and blue tape, red and blue tape, right? Next point, third point. Red tape cost, red tape costs rupees 2. Blue tape costs rupees 3, right? And one more point from this, he does not, it is the data I'll be picking, he does not want to buy more than 40 meters MTRS, 40 meters of red tape, okay, that's it. It is the data provided by the fellow vendor. Some more data will be given here. Here the question arises, that how many meters of red and blue tape can he buy? Okay, question mark. For this we should know profits. In the case of the profit here, vendor, the vendor sells red tape at a profit of rupees 0.075 per meter, right? And blue tape at what rupees 1 per meter. Okay, this is the data has been provided by the fellow vendor. I'll be rechecking. Yeah, it's correct. And based on this data, how do we understand? One more thing, red tape costs 2 rupees per meter here, and blue tape costs 3 rupees per meter here, not per month. Okay. So based on this data, we have to form mathematically. We have to form a mathematical information. Otherwise, by the mental calculations, I can't know exactly how much profit gained by the fellow vendor. the fellow vendor. That's what I don't know exactly, right? To know that the scientific, writing, the scientific writing is that the mathematical structure. How do I write a mathematical structure? For that, किसने क्या लिखा? So मैं MSc मैथमेटिक्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ, ठीक है. मुझे मैथ्स में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. ऑब्वियसली MSc मैथ्स से तो इंटरेस्ट तो होना चाहिए ना. बट मेरी कॉलेज टीचर मत लेने बोला, वो आपका कॉलेज टीचर का गलती है, उसको पढ़ाना बंद करने वाला सर को. ऐसा नहीं है, जब आप मैथ्स स्टूडेंट है तो मैथ्स तो लेना ही पड़ेगा ना, राइट. उसको नीचे क्यों कर रहा है? मैं तो पढ़ रहा हूँ ना, ठीक है. या बट मेरी BSc में एंड मैथ जो हिंदी, ठीक है. आप मैथ्स को इंग्लिश मीडियम में लिखूँ एंड GS को लिखना है तो हिंदी मीडियम में लिखो, क्या दिक्कत है? ओके, या इट्स ओके. Now I'll be coming here with some information. Let us assume that. Please, I just told that I just wanted to formulate mathematically. That is what a scientific way of writing mathematical. Let us write the given data. I'll write here. Let us write the given data. Given data into mathematical formulations. Mathematical formulation. Mathematical formulation. Okay. How? That is here. Let us assume that. Let us assume that. Assume that the vendor purchases X meters of red tape and Y meters of blue tape. Okay. I don't know exactly how many meters of the question was arising from the given data. How many meters of the red tape and how many meters of the blue tape to be purchased by the fellow vendor. The fellow vendor basically. Okay. Yeah. The fellow vendor. So, but I assumed here X meters of the red and Y meters of the blue tape to be purchased by him. Now, the point is that we have, for 1 meter of the 1 meter of blue tape costs how much, man, here? 2 rupees. Rupees 2. For X meters, how much? Like a CSAT. For X meters, how much cost? किसको माइक दीजिए एक बार उठ के. 2x rupees. Okay. Like the same way. हाँ उन्हीं को दो उसको last. And same way, for 1 meter of red tape. Data ठीक बताए. Red tape cost how much, man, here?
3x.
3 rupees है क्या? 3x
Yes.
मत बता. Red tape, where is red tape? ठीक है. 3 rupees. 3 rupees. For Y meters, how much you would like to say here?
3y.
3y rupees. Okay. In total, what is expenditure or what is the spending by whom you can say? Vendor. Right? In total, 2x rupees plus 3y rupees shouldn't exceed what?
350.
350 rupees, because the vendor, the fellow vendor has a money is how much here? 350.
350 rupees.
Either he exceeds 350 or doesn't exceed 350. Within the 350 is to do. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's well. Second point. All right, given that, another given information that He doesn't want to purchase more than 40 meters of what?
Total.
And he doesn't want to purchase, does not want to purchase more than 40 meters of the, this, which tape that is, man?
Red tape.
Red tape. Somewhere it is a red tape. Yeah. So that means that in the form of the red tape, what you assumed? In the form of the red tape, what you have been assumed? X is less than or equal to 40.
Yes.
That's it. And another given information, it is one sort of information. This information is nothing but number 1. You tell me these are nothing but constraints of the vendor. First of all, vendor doesn't exceed word 350 rupees.
350.
Second is doesn't exceed word
Length.
40 meters to purchase. These are the constraints. These are the conditions of the fellow vendor. My question, in these conditions only, has to look at the profits. In these conditions only, has to look at the profits. In the case of the profits, right? In the case of profit, okay. So what do you talk about here? For 1 meter of wood, red tape, है ना? Red tape, profit. How much, man? 0.775 rupees. For X meters, how much? Is it okay, this information? Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. For X meters, how much, man, here?
0.7.
0.75 into X rupees.
Yes.
Similarly, for 1 meter of blue tape, here red tape, blue tape, profit. Okay. How much, man? That is rupees 1. है ना?
Yes.
Therefore, for Y meters, how much here? 1 by rupees. Yeah, I think it's correct. My next point of the information over here is that the total rupees in the form of the profit, what is that? 0.75 into X plus 1 by, that's it. This information is a profit in the form of the rupees. And this function name you can put as word Z. But this profit must be a maximize or minimize.
Maximum.
Anyone can think that in the form of the profit is always about maximize. Okay. So this is a objective function of whom here? Vendor. The objectivity of the vendor is always toward maximize his profit within his limits. Maximize his profit within his limits. That's what the case. Finally would be that. Finally would be here. Maximum Z is equal to 0.75 X plus 1Y. This profit is to be maximized subject to which conditions here? 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 350 and x is less than or equal to 40. Isn't it? It's very obvious.
Yes, sir.
These are his conditions. Within these conditions, he has to be maximize his profit. This is what a mathematical formulation of word, the given data. This is what a mathematical formulation of the given data. Red tape to Smith, okay. And y should be the less than, acha, what is the problem? No, not y, because it has been given in the data. He does not want to buy more than 40 meters of the red tape. What is the name of the red tape I gave? How many meters of the red tape I gave here? X meters of the red tape.
Yes, sir.
The X meters of the red tape shouldn't exceed the what? 40 meters. Okay, Suhas, Abhay. It's a given in the question. It's a given in the question. Okay. Well, so please from the given data, have been found a mathematical expression like this. एक बार माइक से बोलो आप. You tell me the decision variables over here. Decision variables over here as what? X and Y. In the form of the word meters. Meters, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But in the form of the meters, do you find the meters? Do you find the meters as a non-negative as a quantities?
Yes, sir.
You can find the meters as a non-negative. Either 0 meter, or else 1 meter, or else 1.5 meter, or else 0.5 meter, or whatever.
Greater than equal
So that
to
means
0.
that the decision variable is always what?
Greater than equal to
Non-negative. Non-negative. What do you mean a non-negative? Yeah?
0. Greater
Either
than
0 or positive. That's it.
Positive.
That means that never ever my decision variables are negative. Even you prepare the IAS exam also. So one of the decision variable is nothing but, okay, will I plan to prepare IAS exam or not? Will I plan to prepare IAS exam? It's a variable. But this variable will always think as a positive, non-negative or negative? Non-negative. Right. I'll always with what? Non-negative. What do you mean a non-negative? If I don't prepare is 0, if I'll prepare is a positive. That's it. So that way you can consider the non-negativity. सुष्मित क्या बोल रहे? Sir, middle क्या? X, middle X क्या? And Y are interchanged for the blue and red. कुछ गड़बड़ लिखा है क्या मैंने? I don't know. I'm not sure. Where is my data? Red tape. What is the red tape name I gave? X. Blue tape name I gave as what? Y. Okay. And therefore 2x and 3y. I'll recheck. Somebody told correct. Red tape name is what? X. And where is the blue tape name is what? Y. And for 1 meter of the red tape, it's a red tape less. This is the somebody is noticing. And for x meters of the red tape is how much here? 2x. Here it is a blue tape. Anywhere else been written wrong? No. The remaining data for 1 meter red tape is this. And profits, I'll check about the profits once. Red tape cost is okay. Now everything is fine. Okay, Sushmit. Now is it fine now? Yeah. Please, you always look at the situation of world. The decision variables always to be what? Non-negative. They are not at all to be what? Negative. The point is that I told somewhere, you know, how much profit I can get. क्या बताया मैंने? How much profit I can get. I don't know exactly. Suppose I am a mathematics teacher. What I think always that in this whole of the market, whatever the number of students are coming, they all have to come to me only. That's what I'll think. So that will be my maximum profit, and that will be what is only the profit, not get by what anyone else. That's it. कौन है नाम क्या है? भीष्म पितामह. सही तो बोलूँ मैंने? उनका क्या बताओ? इच्छा का मृत्यु है. क्या बोलते इसको? इच्छा मृत्यु. राइट. जब वो चाहते चले जाते हैं. राइट. If really I just ask you the question, anybody who is doing a business, if he is getting unlimited profit is in business, will you sure that anyone can get the unlimited profit in anybody's business? No. अगर unlimited profit आ रहा तो क्या होता है? So कभी आदमी जाना ही नहीं चाहता है. So can anybody get the unlimited loss also? You tell me. No, that is also not. बस थोड़ा बहुत loss बने डर जाते आदमी नहीं जाना ऐसा करके सोचता है. So that means that nothing is what? Unlimited form. Nothing is in the word unlimited form of the loss also, not in the form of the word profit also. For everything there is a limit. So remember these words. Okay. Now my question is coming up. That what is my maximum profit on the base of this data, on the base of this mathematical data? The fellow vendor is having a capacity of 350 only. With this amount he has to do a business on which he has to get the profit. How does he get the profit? on the basis of these conditions. There are the prices, there are the profits. For each method, the profit is this much, this much. On the basis of that, you will look at get the profit. That's it. But my question is that, how can I solve this problem? That's what the question. So how do I say this mathematical formulation is a linear? My unknowns, what are my unknowns here? You just tell me here. X and Y. The powers would be here. 1. If their powers are going to be word, 2 and 3 and 4, so on. But that is not a linear. That is what? Non-linear. When do I say it's a linear? When do I say these are linear inequalities? When their unknown powers are going to be what? 1. That's what I can say. That's what where I can say it's a linear. Otherwise I can't say. That means that directly what I'm trying to say, when we have a linear, we also have the word non-linear. But we don't have the syllabus of the non-linear. We have only syllabus of what? Linear. We just only have to stick with what? The non-linear case. That's it. Okay. I hope you all understand. Well, but my problem is not this. How do I solve it? I can solve by putting word. I can take randomly some of the values. Okay. If I purchase x is equal to 1 meter, y is equal to 2 meters, for example. Okay. Will I satisfy these two constraints? Yes. How do I satisfy? You tell me, please. Then 2 plus 6. 6 is obviously less than 2 plus 6, 8. 8 is less than 350. And then 1 is less than 40. Satisfy. But like this way, how many pairs of x comma y will satisfy? How many pairs of x comma will satisfy? Infinitely many pairs of x comma y will satisfy. And whichever the pair of x comma y satisfy, and all those variables are known as, all those sets of pairs are known as what? Solution or solutions. That's what you can say. But at every solution you can get some profit. At this place, what is the profit I can get here? You tell me. My maximum Z, that is equal to, what do you say, man? 0.75 plus 2. What do I get here? 2.75 profit I can get. But no one can satisfy with some profit. Everyone thinks about what is the maximum profit which can't possible by others. But what is that? What is that? So that's what where I would like to say. There is a scientific method is known as what? Graphical method. And in the graphical method, there are, okay, you have two cases. One is that corner point method, CPM. अभी CPM पार्टी है क्या? भूल गया है. वेस्ट बंगाल में कितना है? कितना सीट्स आया? एक आया. So bad luck. Yeah. Corner point method. And then there is a iso-cost method, ICM, or else a iso-profit method, IPM. This is what? Corner point. I hope you all agree. See, I just look at the word, this method. How do I solve? That's what my next point to see here. But may not ask you a question. If you are looking at, this is a linear inequality. This linear inequality I wrote with what? Less than or equal to. No, man. I can also write with what? Linear inequality. 2x plus 3y. When I wrote less than or equal type, right, it means that it says to me, I can spend at most 350. I can't go beyond the 350. If I write equal to 350, I am, eligible to exactly, spend the money of how much here? 350. If I write greater than or equal to 350, then I have an opportunity to say, I can start my expenditure from 350. I can go beyond the word 350. So here I can say, when I have a greater than or equal type, I can say at least. When I can have equality, exactly. When I can have the word less than or equal to, at most. So that means that the problem may give with what? At least also, exactly also, at most also. At most always says what? Less than or equal type. Exactly is equal. At least is greater than or equal type. But in the case of the at most, you can always have word maximum profit. In the case of at most, you can always have the word maximum profit, right? So you always think that whenever, you know, customer goes to the, you know, salesman place, customer always wants to spend less money, wants to get more. Less is the minimum. More is what? Greater than or equal type. More is what? Greater than or equal type. Whenever somebody wants to give something, want to give a less. Want to give a less. So that means that want to take is a more, want to give always a less. You remember these words? Okay. Next. I'll ask you next question. This is what my mathematical data. I just told that there are, you know, there is a scientific method. Yes, Santosh Kumar. Okay. 𝐾𝐤 सुष्मित. Okay, now it's fine. आप लोग लिखते रहे कुछ ना कुछ, हम भी बोलते रहे यूट्यूब में. यूट्यूब वाला क्लास है नहीं वाला? ठीक है. Yeah, it's okay. See, corresponding to this constraints, I can have the word equation. Consider 2x plus 3y is equal to 350. That is 1. It is a straight line in 2D. It is a straight line in a 2D, or a two-dimensional geometry. If I look at the word x-axis, y-axis, this line is an intercept from the line. The intercepts points are going to occur on coordinate axis. Occur on the word coordinate axis. It is a line 1. It is a line 1. If I really look at man, what are my intercept points here? If x is equal to 0, or else if y is equal to 0, then what is your x, man? Your x is equal to 175. Therefore, what is your coordinate? है ना, ठीक है ना? X comma y is equal to 175,
comma 0.
Comma 0. Okay, this point name you can put as a A. Okay, A, that's it. If I really take about x is equal to 0, then what about y here? 350 by 3, that's it. Therefore, finally, the B point would be x comma y is equal to what? You can say A, it's a B. What is that?
0 comma
350 by 3. That's it. But may I not ask you a question here? May I not ask you a question here? This line can divide the two-dimensional plane. This line can divide the two-dimensional plane into how many parts? माइक आपके पास बताइए. This line can divide the two-dimensional plane into how many parts here?
Sir, 2 parts.
3 parts. How would I say 3 parts? Line itself is one part, and then what? Below the line and above the line.
Yes.
This line is sometimes known as a hyperline. Right? Or else corresponding to this, if I'll increase one more variable here, I'll get the plane in 3D. That plane would be known as a hyperplane. That's what the another question over here. Okay. Now you can see, I just told, well, this line divides the plane into the 3 parts. One is what? Line itself, and another is what? Below the line, another is what? Above the line. But now, when you have corresponding this line, the constraint would be inequality. You are with word less than or equal type. What mean? That means that line as well as below the line you are eligible to talk. Is it okay or not? Your region would be what? Below the line, including the line. Your region would be what here? Below the line and including the line. What is my point here on the x-axis? This 175 comma 0. What is the point here? You can say 0 comma 350 by 3. Is it okay?
Yes.
My another point would be here that please you have another constraint that x is less than or equal to 40. Means that you can consider x is equal to 40. That means that itself is a straight line. What is the point you can find here? Therefore, my point would be here. What is that my point, man? You can say x comma y, that is equal to c, 40 comma 0. That's it. But this x is equal to 40 is a line parallel to the word y-axis. This x equal 40 is a line parallel to the word y-axis. What is this line name called here? 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 350. Okay. My another point is here, what is the region stands over here correspond to this x is less than or equal to 40? Is that left to this line? Left to this line, that's it.
Yes.
I hope you understand. What is the point here? C point 40 comma
0.
0, that's it. So these two constraints have been given that, you know, this line and this line. Correspond these two lines, where is the region lies? Correspond these two lines, where is the region lies? This is the region lies. I hope you understand. That means that in this region, what are the points you have? In this region, whatever the points you have, they'll satisfy my constraints. They'll satisfy my constraints. Which set of points, which set of pairs x comma y satisfy these constraints will be known as what? Solutions. But my solution should not be in a form of the negative. My solution should be always in the form of the word non-negative. Otherwise, I can also have the word. There are many negative coordinates also I have over here. Is it not?
Yes.
I have a negative coordinates in this side, minus x comma minus. I don't want these kind of solutions. My solution always to be what? Feasible. My solution should not be into the form of the infeasible. My solution to be in the form of the word feasible means that my solution to be what? Non-negative. What are my non-negative decisions you tell me here? These.
Yes.
So how do I create a region? How do I create a region? Is that above the x-axis and above the word y-axis. Above the word origin. Origin also will satisfy. It means that my solutions are satisfying the word non-negativity restrictions. Means that whichever the solutions are satisfying the non-negativity restrictions will be known as what? Feasible solution. So what is my feasible solution place? This is what my feasible solution place I can understand. Is it not? I can understand. Yeah. And this place of the solution is known as what? Feasible region or feasible solution set. How many feasible solutions you have here? Infinitely?
Infinite.
Many feasible solutions you can have here. Out of the infinitely many feasible solutions, this 1 comma 1 is also one of the solution. At 1 comma 1, what is the profit you can get man? You just tell me here. Max on Z is equal to what? 0.75
Into y.
plus 1 is equal to what? 1.75. I don't want something. I don't want some profit. I just want word. The maximum profit which can't get by the word others. Which can't get by the word others. That's what the case. Okay. किसने क्या लिखा? संतोष. One of the solution of this is profit. Last problem. मोदी में था. अच्छा. ठीक है. कोई बात नहीं. अच्छी बात है. Yeah. Please. I just been raised myself over here. There is a CPM method and ICM method and ISO profit method. ICM means that ISO cost. ISO means that 1-1. ISO cost. Cost means that minimum cost or minimum loss to find. Here is what? Maximum profit to find. Here is what? The corner point method. That means that I can search my solutions at only the corners. At one of the corner I can get the word maximum profit. That's it. So means that I can say. So please, what are my corners? Can you observe here? The 0, 0 is one of the corner. 40, 0 is one of the corner. Correspond this region. Correspond this feasible region. Correspond this common region. That's it. And it's one of the corner. What is this corner you can say? Can you tell me please?
40 comma.
You can solve these two equations. One of the coordinate is what? X. 40 comma what? If I solve this x equal 40 can put here. What do you get? 90. I already remembered it.
Okay.
Okay. कुछ लोग सोचते हैं ये कैसे आया? कैसे क्यों आता है ऐसे? तो चालू करे तो आता है?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, please, I just told that there is a scientific method which is known as a graphical method. In the graphical method, you have the word, corner point method. I'm just only recommending at this stage is a corner point method by the at the corners, or else by corner point method. At corners, you can look at first corner is word origin. Second corner is word. बताइए ना खुद की 40, 0. Third corner is word.
40 comma 90.
No, I want 0, 350/3. And next corner is word 40, 90. What are my profits to be checked? I don't want some profit to see here, right? So I just wanted the maximum profit. It's very obvious. Obviously, by sitting in the class, you want to understand the maximum or minimum. You want to understand maximum
Maximum.
or is completely also. So that means that everyone who is doing a business, even including me, I want to get a maximum, right? Even in the bad conditions also, I want to see the maximum, right? So that's what. Yeah, at this 0, 0, what is my objective function value? Can you tell me, man? 0.75 plus 1y. What is that value here? 0.
0.
What is the max in Z here? 0.75 x plus 1y. I'll get here. Can you multiply it? Is 30. I remembered it.
30.
अरे आपको भी याद होता है पढ़ते पढ़ते. आप लोग को जानते क्या एग्जाम कैसे क्रैक होता है? एक बार आपके पास माइक है, बताओ एक बार. How anyone can crack the exam in a less possibility time?
Practice.
Only practice.
And by remembering what the person has practiced earlier.
इनको दीजिए, पांडे जी को दो, इनको माइक उठा के दीजिए. क्या कर रहे? मेडिटेशन कर रहा है? बोलो. अरे उसको क्यों देते? आपको देख रहे हैं, आप क्या जवाब देते देख रहे हैं. अच्छा, you want to चलो. How anyone can crack the exam? You know, in a very quick sense.
Depends on practice.
बोलो बोलो. हाँ.
Consistency.
कंसिस्टेंसी और कुछ सही बोला. हाँ, पेशेंस भी है. बहुत सारे एस्पिरेंट नहीं कोई बात नहीं, माइक ऐसे क्यों देते रहते हैं. राइट. सो आजकल जनता बहुत इम्पेशेंस जनता है. कैसे? क्लासरूम तक आने उसको टाइम वेस्ट लगता है, नंबर 1. एंड गलती से टीचर लेट आ रहे तो और नुकसान लगता है उसको. एंड उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा तो और भी वो भी नुकसान लगता है. समझ नहीं आ रहा तो उसका गलती नहीं लगता है. समझ नहीं आ रहा तो टीचर को मतलब सही समझा नहीं रहे ऐसे करके उसको गलती लगता है. और हर चीज़ सामने वाले के ऊपर गलती लगाते हैं. इससे क्या सोचता है घर बैठ के, मैं आई शुड go through by online classes. By the online classes, I can say online is necessary but not sufficient. Even offline is also necessary but not sufficient. And sufficient is always happen by only student, right? But yes, since you have opportunity, you are availing the opportunity, nothing else. But by sitting at one table एंड टेबल के ऊपर अपना लैपटॉप हो, मोबाइल ऐसे रख के यहीं देख रहा है, यहीं खा रहा है, यहीं पानी पी रहा है, एंड यहीं पढ़ता रहा, यही क्लासेस करता रहा, मतलब कुर्सी से उठ ही नहीं रहा है. सो उसका हार्मोन्स कैसे बैलेंस हो सकते हैं? नेवर एवर. सामने बैठ मतलब किताब हो या लैपटॉप हो या जो भी रख के ऐसे देखता रहता है, एक भी अक्षर इसका दिमाग में चढ़ेगा नहीं है, गारंटी मेरा वादा है. करके देखो आप. It's a fact. So that is more lost than the world traveling from house to the coaching class or home to the coaching class. By traveling from home to coaching classes, at least body hormone balance is going to be okay. Body gets free, right? Mental gets free and everything gets free. Then जो भी चीज़ सुनता रहता है वो आपको दिमाग में रिफ्रेश तरीके से चलता रहता है, right? So that's what the case. But बहुत लोग इसको realize नहीं करते हैं. सामने से इतना भी जाना नहीं देते, बट पीछे से एलिफेंट साइज नुकसान होता है उसको पता ही नहीं चलता है. सो दैट्स द रीज़न. प्लीज़ यू ऑलवेज हैव टू गो विद वर्ल्ड विद द कैलकुलेशंस. एंड सिंस यू हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ ऑफलाइन एज वेल एज ऑनलाइन, यू कम समटाइम्स ऑफलाइन, go for online, come for online. You can do some hybrid way. That's a good. That makes sense at least, right? And you will save your time also sometimes. Well. Yeah, it's well. And I'll be coming back. So what is the profit at this place? बताइए. Maximum Z is equal to. Maximum Z is equal to how much you can get? 350 by 3. Here a maximum Z is equal to what? 120. I remembered. Can you put the 40 and 90? You put 40 and 90. You'll get 120. Where I'm getting a maximum profit, to tell me out of these, 4 situations or 4 corners. At rest of the place also, at every place in the region or boundary of the region, you can get a profit. But those profits are some profits, they are not only the profits. I can get only the maximum possible if the profit here corners. At one of the corner is no profit, no loss. अरे कुछ काम नहीं करे तो क्या होता है? No profit, no loss. At one of the places is maximum profit, and this solution is known as दीपू को बुला एक बार, known as optimal solution or optimal feasible solution. Because why I'll be saying the feasible? Satisfying what? My non-negativity restrictions, right? Solution. This is known as what? This is known as initial feasible solution. Okay, initial feasible solution. That's what you understand. But see, do you know one thing? At this corner, you can have a maximum profit. If at this corner also, if you have a same profit, the line segment joined by these two corner points, I'll get infinitely many solutions. At those solutions, you can get a profit remain same. But how do I find that? By the line segment equation. What is the line segment definition and all? That's what we don't know. So this way, you can solve any of the problem, any of the given data problem, right? Any of the given data problem. If data will be given like this in a UPSC exam, you can find mathematical structure first. If it is asked, you can solve by the graphical method. You can solve the way I've been solved. You can say the solution the way I've been told. But see, this graphical method is a fit up to what? This graphical method is a fit up to two variables. That means that this graphical method we can solve by the geometrical, mean that geometry, 2D geometry. If my variables, my decision variables are more than 2, I have to go for the what? 3-dimensional geometry to draw. It's not easy for us to draw 3-dimensionally, right? It's not easy for us to draw 3-dimensionally, right? If I'll give a sort of, intro over here, is that I'll go with what? Intro with data, right? The data which have been provided here. And later on you can, structurize mathematical formulation. Formulation of data. Okay. What is it? Mathematical or else mathematical formulation of the data in a linear programming structure, right? And after that, we can introduce about what? Graphical method. And we can find a word with this graphical method. There is a method name called corner point method, and there is a method name called ISO-cast method, or else iso-profit method. ISO-cast or else iso-profit method. Okay, yeah. And we can also talk over here solutions, SOLNS, solutions with word, feasible, infeasible, and basic, non-basic, etc. Means that many other type of solutions also can have. But see, this graphical method is a fit fit up to how many variables? Up to 2 variables. I just been solved one of the data oriented problem. I've been solved by with which dimension, please? With the 2 dimension. At most I can solve by the 2 dimension. By the 3 dimension also I can solve. Drawing the graph is also very tough, and identifying the region, identifying the what common region is also what sometimes tough. So that's what we will declare that graphical method is unfit. From where onwards? Graphical method is unfit from where onwards? 3 variable onwards. Then that's what where you can evolve the what? A new method, new mathematical oriented method, or new iteration format of the method. That iterative form of the method is known as what? Simplex method. I'll say inside, after saturation of the graphical method, after saturation of the graphical method, insights into word simplex method. Simplex method is called only step by step, iterative, repeatedly step by step we can write. Mathematical we can write. There is no graphical or anything. It has been invented by the 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔 mathematician. We don't require to know who have been invented and all this. We just hardly know about what methods. That's method to solve. Yeah, I'll say there are the forms here. I'll be looking at what? Standard form. I'll be looking at what? Canonical form. Shortly I'll be writing. Right. To get the standard form, we'll introduce about what? We'll introduce the variables, slack forward basically. I'll write here. Yeah, this also I can say. We'll introduce about what? Slack, surplus, that's it, and artificial variables. Okay, artificial variables. Yeah. Then after having the standard form, we'll go forward. Simplex method. I'll write here. Simplex method. And we'll go forward. Big M method. Big M is nothing but penalty method. Big M method. M is nothing but penalty. In the form of the penalty is always what? However large. Never ever the penalty is however small. Penalty के रूप से हमेशा क्या होता है? बढ़ता है, घटता है? बढ़ता है. Right. And again I'll say that there is another method, two-phase method. That's it. And again I would say, these two methods are also the part of the word simplex only, or extension of the word simplex, right? Extension of the simplex. एक बार ऊपर करो इसको. Extension of the word simplex. Okay. Yeah. Next point. I'll say here, after the saturation of the simplex method, we go into what? Dual simplex method. Dual simplex method. Okay. While we saying dual simplex method, suppose if you are purchasing something at a shopkeeper, according to him, there are 5 items. According to the, this customer, maybe 10 items. Customer objective is a minimum. Salesman objective is what? Maximum. Items are same. Two different persons are dealing with only one set of items. Set of items are remain same. One person who is a shopkeeper, he deals in his mind is a maximum profit on those items. And another person who is a customer, he deals with those same items is the minimum of his objective. That's it. But customer side is items name as 10. Salesman side is items name are what? 5. You can solve the solution, or you can find the solution on the 5 items and say the expenditure of the salesman. Or you can solve the problem on the 10 item side and you can say the solution of word or profit of whom? The salesman. So that means that objectivity of the both the people remain same. The objectivity of the both the people remain same. That's what the case. So that means that I can solve the problem in any of the side. So given problem is known as a primal. And transformation form is known as what? Dual. So given problem may be customer side. If you can solve the problem on the salesman side, that is known as a dual. If the given problem on the salesman side, that is called a primal. If you solve the problem on this customer side, that is known as what? Dual. That's what the case. 1 minute. Yeah, that's what the case. So later on, there is again a saturation on the dual simplex method. There is a method name called, I'll say, transportation problem, TPP. Transporting the goods from one place to the what? Another place. The persons can travel from the one place to the what? Another place. So by the name of the transport, by the name of the traveling, wants to spend minimum or wants to spend maximum. माइक किसके पास है? पांडे जी माइक उठाओ, इनको दीजिए माइक. या in the form of the traveling, in the form of the word, traveling or else transportation, the expenditure is to be minimum or maximum?
Expenditure should be minimum.
हाँ बस, कितना भी अमीर हो मिनिमम है. कितना भी अमीर हो, अमीर ही मिनिमम करते हैं. जो गरीब होते हैं ना वो ज़्यादा ही खर्च करते हैं. गलत बोल रहे क्या?
सही.
हाँ. So that means that we can find in this transportation is always what? Minimum. So, you know, we can use the simplex method to solve this. But sometimes it is not easily possible to solve the transportation by using the simplex methods. That's what where the saturation comes into. Then we can open the special method. There is a Modi method also. And wo ye Modi nahi. Is nothing but modified method, right? Thereafter we can get into, we'll look into word assignment. The assignment, you know, इनका डाल दीजिए. अच्छा. The assignment may be for the maximum also, maybe for the minimum also. If the assignment is coming from the freelancer, always to be what? Maximum. If assignment is coming from the, you know, company owner, always what? Minimum. But company owner thinks that he wants to give the minimum, but wants to get more work. There are two possibilities in the case of the assignment. Here to solve the assignment, there is a, you know, special method also we can, Hungarian method. There is a method name called Hungarian. That is one of the scientific method to get the what? Solution of the assignment. So this is all about the solution. This is all about the syllabus of the LPP. This is all about the syllabus of the linear programming problems. Okay. But there is a, you know, in IFoS, Indian Forest Service, there is a content name called, you know, traveling and a salesman. That's not in the IAS. You don't, that's also very easy. That's not difficult. If you can learn these, that's also manageable basically. Please just wait. I'll get the water. Yeah, see, like this way, we have this LPP and yeah, I don't think so you have any problem of understanding this LPP. LPP is one of the easiest content, but it takes a lot of, you know, time to solve sometimes. So formulation of the LPP is okay. Formulation of the LPP is okay, like this. The data will be provided to us. Then you can format the word mathematical structure or linear programming structure, right? Okay. But somewhere when you go to the cases of word, this simplex method, there are a lot of calculations. Calculations makes you confused, but method is very easy. Somewhere a lot of patience, sort of, you know, meditation type of mindset is required. Then only your calculations will be corrected. Otherwise, you can't. That's one thing. Even in the transportation also, the size of the problem is what? Bit heavy. The size of the problem is bit heavy, basically. So that only, you know, understanding is very quickly possible, but doing the calculations, doing the final solution, it takes time. If you really have good practice, good understanding is also required, and consistency is required. Consistency इसलिए required है. कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं? Somebody they can opt the video classes, right? एक हफ्ता तक वीडियो अच्छा देखते हैं, हर दिन देखते हैं, बहुत सिंसियर बनते हैं, टाइम टेबल मेंटेन करते हैं, सब करते हैं. हफ्ते के बाद पता नहीं चलता है, किसी दोस्त का शादी पे चले जाते हैं, या अगर दिल्ली में है तो लाल किला देखने के लिए चले जाते हैं, या कनॉट प्लेस में चले जाते हैं. एक आध दिन ऐसे चले जाने के बाद तीसरे दिन उसको इंटरेस्ट ही हट जाते हैं, चलो बाद में देखो, चलो बाद में देखो. वो बाद का दिन कभी नहीं आता. सो दैट समवेयर consistency is more important. So when you come to the live classes, at least, you know, teacher says something every day, so you can listen on time. So teacher said something, so I shouldn't do any mistake. ऐसा करके mind में चलता रहता है. So which gives you definitely energy, which gives you always a motivation, right? Otherwise, you know, in this exam, you know, lot of demotivations occur in every week or in every 10 days or in every, you know, 2 days or 3 days something. Right. So once you clear the PT preliminary, I'm sure your preparation will be on the right track. But till the clearance of the preliminary exam, so obviously we may not be stable. And moreover, nowadays a lot of, you know, things are available in your hand, in your mobile itself. Lot of, you know, contents, lot of, you know, teaching, you know, these lectures are available, materials are available, even books are available freely. So it's very obvious that we want everything to collect. After collecting, after the collection, after the good collection, we never ever try to touch them. So it's a human weakness. So if you want to crack this exam, it's a really big opportunity for any serious aspirants of this duration. Because, you know, now online has been evolved only this period. In 2025, beginning onwards, online, you know, seriously evolved a lot. But now everyone wanted the taste of this online. So everyone is doing an experimental situation. Better, and the worst case, you can go for the hybrid. Hybrid in the sense, sometimes offline, sometimes online, sometimes whatever way you can use and, you know, save your time, save your interest and do hard work appropriately, right? That's very important. Just like, if you can allow me, 8 questions. How many questions to be answered here? अरे किसके पास माइक है क्या? किसके पास माइक है? ले लीजिए आप. How many questions to be answered out of 8? पता है आपको? कितने क्वेश्चंस को आंसर करने हैं? अब टोटल क्वेश्चंस कितना देते हैं मैथ्स में? 8 देते हैं. हाँ, यू मस्ट नो मैन. सबसे पहले सभी को एक, यू नो, एक स्मॉल सबमिशन है. कोई भी एग्ज़ाम तैयारी करो, सबसे पहले जीएस हो, मैथ्स हो, कुछ भी हो, एसए हो, एथिक्स हो, जो भी हो, पेपर 1, जीएस 1 हो, 2 हो, 3 हो, जो भी हो, सबसे पहले नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस क्या है, कितना अटेम्प्ट करना है. एटलीस्ट वी शुड नो द स्ट्रैटेजी ऑफ द क्वेश्चन पेपर. Next, second point, what are the syllabus contents are given in our preparation or in our exam? So at least the chapter names should know to us. So which chapter will be given in which, paper, GS 1, 2, 3, what? And thirdly, you should know what are the linkages are really possible. But these linkages are possible to know only from the teachers. Only from the teachers, basically. So after knowing the linkages, you always, study with what comparisons. Like, I think yesterday in the 3D geometry, I was trying to compare something. So tangent plane, in two places the tangent plane contents are there. There is nothing is, much difference. Like that, even gen studies also, you have a lot of linkages. I'll just tell you one of these small linkage. Is that essay. In essay, you have a social justice. And the same social justice, I think in a GS paper 1 also paper, GS paper 2 also. As well as that social justice is available in ethics also. Only one social justice and social issues is available in how many places? 4 places. But that one of the social justice, one place of the social justice, you can study seriously at one place. Try to, after reading one place of the social justice seriously, right? Then you can try and link that content with other places. How much it's going to be linked? What is the difference? What are the changes here? You can open the word NCERT, old NCERT social justice, old NCERT social justice, right? But you should know these kind of links. Even in the maths also we have a lot of links. See, I just tell you, the linkage is over here. Wait, please. All right. I just told that out of 8 questions, you have to answer what? How many questions?
2 compulsory and 3 by choices.
Means that 5 questions, not the 4, right? 5 questions to be answered. Okay. But before talking something about the question and question paper, I'll just talk about the, chapter links. For example, you talk about the linear algebra. Linear algebra. The linear algebra absolutely helps the word. Modern algebra. Modern algebra helps the word. Linear algebra, vice versa. Better I can write like this. Linear algebra helps, modern helps, linear. There are a lot of statements which are very common. If you can allow me, even some of the statements of this is also common statement in the linear programming also, right? And this helps you word somewhere. LPP helps लिख रहा हूँ, क्या करूँ? Just like I'll tell you one common statement in these two. The intersection of any two subspaces of a space. दोबारा सुनो. The intersection of any two subspace of a space is again a subspace. Here, the intersection of any two subgroups of a group is again a subgroup. The intersection of any two subrings of a ring is again a subring. The intersection of any two ideals of a ring is again a ideal. कितनी बात है? Here, if you'll ask me, the intersection of the two convex sets. अभी तक नहीं बोला convex set क्या होता है? The intersection of the two convex sets again a convex set. The intersection of infinitely many convex sets again a convex set. The union of any two convex sets may not be a convex set. The union of any two subspaces may not be a subspace. The union of any two subrings or subgroups may not be subring or subgroup, so on. These are some common things, right? And as well as, if you can really allow me, calculus and real analysis, both are interlinked. कुछ भी difference नहीं है. This calculus helps you word. vector analysis. And this calculus helps you word ODE. This calculus helps you word numerical analysis. This calculus helps you word dynamics. अरे झूठ बोल रहा क्या? And this calculus helps you word even fluid dynamics. And this calculus helps you word mechanics. आप लोग को पता नहीं क्या, लेग्रांज हर जगह पे, काचिस हर जगह पे, हैमिल्टन हर जगह पे. हम उनको पढ़ के एग्जाम पास होने में मुश्किल हो रहा है हमको. राइट, एवरीवेयर काची इज देयर, लेग्रांज इज देयर, हैमिल्टन इज देयर, टेलर इज देयर, many other fellows, right? Like, you know, I tell you, numerical से क्या संबंध? बहुत सारे संबंध है. There is one statement in the calculus. There is one statement in the calculus. What is that? If a function f is continuous on the closed interval a comma b, if a function f is continuous on the closed interval a comma b, if if f and f of a and f of b are of opposite in signs, then there exists at least one point c which lie between a and b such that f of c is equal to what? 0. That's what the same statement here in this. There is a method is called word bisection method. There is a method is called word regular falsy method. They'll be, you know, come from that statement only. Yeah, I hope you understand well. And again, this ODE helps the word. Without ODE, you can't go for the word PD. Right. And again, I'll say some things more. As well as this sometimes helps the word 3D. Linear algebra, matrices. There are some matrix methods also we can do in a 3D. Right. This 3D helps the word. This 3D helps the word PD. This 3D helps the word calculus. There are direction cosines and direction ratios. There are direction cosines and direction ratios. कभी सुना ना, नाम सुना नहीं? सुना था. This 3D helps the word. This 3D helps the word fluid dynamics. 3D helps the word mechanics. 3D helps the word even ठीक है. कहाँ कन्फ्यूज कर रहा हूँ? नहीं. अगेन क्या क्या मैंने बीच में छोड़ दिया अभी तक? कैलकुलस 3D भी आया, लिंकेज भी आया, एंड कैलकुलस भी आया, लीनियर अलजेब्रा भी आया, ओडी भी आया, statics, so that can be, I would not say, bit of 2D geometry helps us statics, better I can say somewhere statics. Yeah, calculus also, better I can say calculus also. Yes, and OD is done. This vector analysis also. Where is the vector analysis? Yes, and this 3D also helps you about vector analysis 100%. The direction cosines and direction ratios. Without 3D, you can't talk about this. And this calculus helps you word complex analysis. The complex analysis linked with word. Complex analysis linked with word calculus. Calculus helps you word vector analysis also. और क्या बचा है? Linear programming is done. Real analysis done. Complex done. और कौन सा linkage? Numerical done. और कौन सा? बस सब खत्म. This is what you should know, man. Right? When you will come to know the linkages, I just told in the general studies that GS1 and GS2 and essay and ethics, in these 4 topics, one of the common is what? Social justice. Like the same way over here. Like the same way over here. Right? Yeah. Then, if you really ask me, after this linkage, which chapter is to be begin very first? अब भाई किसी को माइक दो एक बार, इनको माइक दो. You tell me which chapter should begin first?
Calculus, sir.
My God, lot of linkages are there with the calculus. Serious concern. Who knows seriously calculus and algebra? उनको सब जानते हैं, सब समझ सकते हैं. Basic content is a calculus and a algebra.
Yes, sir.
It's a fact. But you already studied calculus in 11th also, 12th also, graduation also, everywhere you studied. Then why would I start calculus onwards? That's what I'm saying. I can start from anywhere. At least you should know some basic. It's not, it's not the course for the, learning purpose. It is a course for the what? Cracking the exam. You already graduated from this subject. That's what the reason you are choosing of this, right? Otherwise you can't. क्या लिखा किसने? Sir, is there any difference between morning and evening batches? हाँ, all the batches are with the different chapters. All the batches are with the different topics. Okay. Next. संतोष क्या पूछा? Sir, which type questions examiner ask interview regarding LPP? I can't say anything. आदर्श, अच्छा, वाजपेयी, अच्छा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, उनका मन की बात है. इंटरव्यू के अंदर जाने के बाद, so it depends upon the time and situation. By your, face feelings and by his face feelings also. When you say something like called, may I come in, sir? Within the, duration of the may I come in, sir? So उसी समय आपका निर्णय हो जाते हैं, डिसाइड हो जाते हैं, then how your situation is going to be occur, right? Means it is a mode of word. The person, if he has been asked a question, you've been given a pleasant answer, then interest generates, conversation generates, healthy discussion goes to happen. गलती से पहले ही आंसर आपका गलती हो गया, फिर पता नहीं, nobody knows what happens, right? So they are dividing into two parts, A and B. Part A have 4 questions. It's okay, Santosh. And yeah. Sir, थोड़ा बैच के साथ हिंदी में भी बात कर. अरे हिंदी में बात तो कर ही रहे हैं, तभी तो बात है. इतना तो छोटा मोटा अंग्रेजी तो आना ही चाहिए बच्चों को. इतना ठीक है. शिवम सक्सेना या संतोष बहुत अच्छा ठीक है. या वेल या आई विल बी कमिंग to the other part of the information, right? I just wanted to say regarding how questions to be divided, how much content to be read by us, or what are the chapters to be done by us. We just wanted to aware of, okay? We just wanted to aware of. I'll explain one paper. In the same pattern, the other things to be occurred. In the same pattern, the other things to be occurred, right? Yeah. I'll say, man, paper 1. Basically, the question paper can be divided into the 2 parts, section A and section B, right? Paper 1, section A, and then you go to the word section B, okay? In section A, you can get the questions. Question number 1. Question number 1. Marker तो चली ना चलो. question number 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this section B, question number 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, in this section A, you are covering with what? Chapters to be covered. Chapters to be covered. This linear algebra, and there is a calculus, there is a 3D geometry. Okay. And again, here are the chapters to be covered, ODE, and there's a vector analysis, statics and dynamics to be covered. Okay. And you know, out of the 8 questions, you know, 5 to be answered. Out of the 5, question number 1 is compulsory. Question number 1 is compulsory. Question number 5 is also compulsory. Okay. And you know, remaining 3 questions, at least 1 from each section. That 1 from each section, maybe you can choose the word 2, maybe you can choose the word 6. Okay. And remaining 1, the last one, would be from anywhere. What is that? You may choose the word number 4. I'm randomly picking up, nothing else. So how many questions answered here? 5. But what are the chapters, what are the type of the questions, how questions have been picked up here? Earlier, in the question number 1, they'll give the word calculus, linear algebra questions 2, calculus 2, and a 3D 2 questions. But now, in earlier situation, they used to give how many questions? Basically 6 questions. Out of the 6, 5 to be answered. Now, there is no choice. Earlier, at least we have the word 1 choice. Now, no choice. Only 5 will be given, 5 will be answered. That's what the condition. Here also the same situation. So anyway, I'll write here. You know, A, B, C, D, E. How many here? 5. So maybe this AB from word, maybe, sometimes alter. Maybe this AB from a linear algebra, CD from a calculus, E from what? 3D, sometimes alter. Not more than that. But question number, in earlier pattern, question number 2 is from the linear algebra. Question number 3 from the calculus, in olden days, before 2008. And question number 4 from the 3D. But now, that is not the case. Now, all the questions have been mixed up. A, B, and C, more or less. A, B, C, more or less. And A, B, C. Okay. So A bit from where? Linear algebra. B bit from calculus. C bit from 3D. And A here calculus, linear algebra, calculus, and 3D. And here this linear algebra and calculus and 3D. That means that you have to study or you have to read all the chapters. Earlier, you have to read only 2 chapters. Even you read 1 chapter also, that's okay sometimes. Because, you know, in earlier pattern, question paper was question number 2 from the linear algebra, question number 3 from and this calculus, question number 4 from the 3D, right? किसी बच्चे ने शिवम, okay, शिवम is a evening batch, is a faster or same pace. You want the fast? We can start the fast also after the preliminary exam, don't worry. Yeah. Actually, if anyone can attend 1 class, so he or she may not get the enough dose. If they'll attend the 2 class, किसको mic दो? अरे अबई उठ के उनको mic दो एक बार. वो कोने वाला बच्चा. Yeah. If anyone can attend the 2 classes, okay, dose is fine. अब ले लो. If anyone can attend the 3 classes, उठ के, sorry, बैठ के उठ नहीं सकते. आप बताओ.
Yes, sir.
हैव आई सेड राइट?
Yes, sir.
एक बार आप भी बताओ.
Sir, like
एक क्लास है तो डोज एनफ नहीं होते टीचर से. 2 क्लास है तो क्या होता है, इफ़ दे अटेंड 2 बैचेस इन ए डे, ओके, मतलब मॉडरेट. इफ 3 classes will attend by the student, they'll be, heavy loaded person. Heavy loaded, that's it.
engaged.
Is it right?
Yes, sir.
कब टीचर छुट्टी करते करके इंतजार करते रहते हैं.
Yes,
टीचर
sir.
नहीं आ रहा तो अच्छा लगता है उसको, अगर 3 क्लास अटेंड करा था. So that's the case, man. So means that here it's not, I always think that I wanted to finish the syllabus. At the same time, understanding is also required. Without understanding, just finishing the content doesn't help anymore. Just that is a waste of the time. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be saying that. Yeah. Earlier pattern was easy. Right now all are mixed. Yeah. Here A, B, C, D, E. Okay. A, B may be from where? OD. And it's a vector calculus. Maybe this D from a statics and dynamics. And it is from vector calculus. Sometimes alter also. I went for the worst case. And here A, B, C, D. A, B, C. And OD. And what? Vector analysis. And what? Statics and dynamics. And here ABC. And here ABC. It is also same. The point is that sometimes question number 6 will be given by OD and vector calculus. That's very lucky. Sometimes question number 2 will be, or 3 will be, or 4 will be given by only 2 chapters. Then you are a very lucky person. That also occurs sometimes. But we are going for the worst case with the maximum X's, with the maximum X. That's it. Now with this max, we need to understand where to study all the contents. That's what the case. But since it's a mathematics, right is right, wrong is a wrong. So you always have to think that how much I wrote correct attempt. How much I wrote a correct attempt. किसने कुछ लिखा? Sir, I have not studied BSc Mathematics, but I am from the BTech background. Obviously, BTech background person तो maths तो ले ही सकते हैं. लेता ही BTech लोग हैं ज़्यादा. BSc वाला भी लेता है, right? How tough it is actually? How tough will it be? Cover this? Not tough. This syllabus is above the 12th, below the BSc. Above the BSc 12th class syllabus, but below the BSc. It's not more than the BSc also, below the BSc. But only dedication is required, good understanding is required. That's all. Good practice. Okay. This is one Karthik student. He has studied BSc from the Rajasthan University, I believe, and in Hindi medium only. And it, his preparation transferred into an English medium. Finally cleared is a rank, good rank. That's the case. So it's not that difficult. But willpower is required. Learning interest is also required. So many things will be needed here to, to crack the exam. Otherwise, just okay, somebody who took, and I also can take. It's not possible like that. Okay. Yeah. Next point. Yeah, I'll be coming to the point basically. Earlier, each question will have a 60 marks. Right now, each question will have how many marks? 50 marks. 50. 50. 50, 50, 50. 50. Okay. 50. But you are answering how many here basically? You are answering 5 questions. 250 marks. Earlier, 300 marks, nothing else. Now it's with the 250 marks. Well, how do I can reach to the 250 place? Will I need to read all the 6 chapters? Yes, depends upon the situation of the pattern. You have to read all the 6 chapters. But still there is some compromise. But I'll just write something here, paper 2. I'll not write paper 2 details, but otherwise section A and section B 1, 2, 3, 4. And then word section B 5, 6, 7, 8. Here what are the chapters in a place of LA? MA. What is the meaning of MA? Modern algebra. In the place of the calculus you have real analysis. In place of the 3D you have your this complex analysis and LPP. And in the place of the OD you have a PD. Dekho, pattern remains same. In the place of the vector analysis, numerical analysis. In the place of the statics and dynamics here, mechanics and fluid dynamics, or fluid dynamics and mechanics. Fluid dynamics and mechanics. Right. See, if somebody who can do better, अरे बाद में बात करो, and somebody who can do a better about the word this calculus, they can work with the word basically calculus there in the first paper, real analysis is in the word second paper. So both are interlinked, no difference. And again linear algebra and modern algebra, both are interlinked, right? So much, too much. And again ODE, when you read there, PD will be managed here. PD will be managed here. As well as because of the calculus, you can manage the word, numerical analysis. Okay. So इसका मतलब ओपनली बात करें तो इवन LPP आसान लगता है तो LPP पढ़ सकते हैं. एंड और कौन सा आसान लगता है आपको? इवन इससे कैलकुलस आसान के कारण से कौन सा कर सकते हैं बताओ? कॉम्प्लेक्स एनालिसिस भी कर सकते हैं. ऐसे ऐसे लिंकेजेस है. सो पढ़ना है तो सब कुछ पढ़ सकते हैं. ठीक है, हमने कुछ कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ के लिए सोचे, या कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं करे तो बेस्ट कैसे करें एंड क्या कॉम्बिनेशंस आर गोइंग टू बी हेल्प अस. गधा जैसे पढ़ना है, स्मार्टली पढ़ना, ये मतलब रखो, राइट. बहुत सारे बच्चे पूरा ख़त्म करना, पूरा के चक्कर में जीएस के अंदर भी मत पढ़ो, पूरा के चक्कर में कोई भी कंटेंट के ऊपर मत पढ़ो. इवन एस्से है, इन एस्से इफ यू आस्क मी दैट 15 to 20 issues can cram. जनरलाइज मेथडोलॉजी से मत जाना. जनरलाइज मेथडोलॉजी, जनरलाइज नॉलेज से जा रहा तो एक पेरा अच्छा लिख सकते हैं, दूसरा पेरा अच्छा लिख सकते हैं, तीसरा पेरा क्या होता है? रिपीटेटिव ऑफ द वोकैबुलरी. गो विद वर्ड, स्टैंडर्ड इन्फॉर्मेशन, गो विद वर्ड, सम बुकिश इन्फॉर्मेशन. You need to be what? An exact of the reading the content. You need an exact of word guessing the issues and expecting the issues. But close, when you have a close reading, those expectations are possible. Otherwise, without close reading, no expectation is going to be help us. It's a fact. Like over here also, right? Okay. Now I'll be coming to the point. I'm assuming that on you are reading 3 chapters here. Complete पूरा 3 का 3 पढ़ रहा है. 3 का 3 पढ़ने से 3D से PD के अंदर भी हेल्प मिलेगा, 3D से कैलकुलस के अंदर भी हेल्प मिलेगा. सो आप छोड़ना नहीं चाह रहे, इसको पढ़ना चाह रहे हैं. 3 चैप्टर पढ़ने से क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, विल यू एबल टू अटेम्प्ट कंप्लीट 50 marks बाय रीडिंग अ फुल रीडिंग? फॉर एग्जाम्पल 50 marks कैच हो रहे हैं. बट फुल रीडिंग के कारण से आपका चॉइस भी है ना. यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पूरा आ सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 पूरा आ सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 कुछ पूरा आ सकते हैं. मैंने शायद आपको कौन सा वाला गेस किया बताओ? क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 कर रहा है मान के चलो, राइट. 50 marks पूरा कैच करें. एंड एनी वन फ्रॉम एनीवेयर बताया, वो कौन सा बताया? 4, वो भी आपका पूरा आ सकते हैं. क्यों बताओ? अरे आपने पूरा 3 चैप्टर से पढ़ लिया, अब कन्फ्यूजन नहीं किया अभी तक, राइट. अब मैं इस पॉइंट पे आ रहा हूँ. इसमें आपका इच्छा का कौन सा बताओ? ये दोनों भी इच्छा है. इसमें लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस आउट, राइट. इसमें भी लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, बट यहाँ पे आपको पैटर्न, यहाँ पे भी पैटर्न मिलते हैं, बट देयर लॉट ऑफ एन नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स टू बी प्रैक्टिस्ड आउट. सो यू प्रैक्टिस सम सेट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. दोबारा बताऊँ, यू प्रैक्टिस सम सेट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स अगेन एंड अगेन, राइट. Not to be the word understanding the concept or anything. So you can practice some set of problems. सो उनसे आपका कवरेज कहाँ पे हो सकता है बताओ? कंपलसरी में हो सकता है। या आपका कवरेज कहाँ हो सकता है बताओ? आपने क्या गेस किया बताओ? क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 या क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 की जगह पे क्या 7 या 8? मे बी वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन कैन बी फुल कवर्ड. Otherwise, I can suggest you better analysis. You can read lightly. I can't suggest you. That's one of the easy. OD, I can't deny to learn it, right? But here you can have a there are a lot of problems which are very easy also, dynamics and statics, right? So you practice some set of problems. That's what I'm trying to say, right? By this, what is going to be happen? You need to read full chapters 3 in one of the section. Will help you this choice of attempting. Still you have one of the question is left. Which question has been left here? Tisra. Still is left. That is under the choice still. So because of this can be practiced importantly or whatever the way, but without wasting your time. But you read here full reading, right? And because of it's a light reading or selective reading, whatever, you may do complete question over here. But I should not want to go for the complete question, because I am in the bad condition, like I am in the selective from the reading. Okay, I'll go for the question number 5. How many questions to be covered here? Only 3 questions to be covered according to me. Maybe one of the bit I can cover here, but better I should not go for that. And that means that only 30 marks to be covered. And again, I'm sure because of this important, one out of the 3 questions, one of the question maybe I can get full. So I can say that 50. So how many here basically? 220. 220 na? Out of the 250. Even if you are a lucky fellow also, still you can gain. But the point is that even you go for the word here, one more thing, I'll say 6th. 6th may not be complete. 6th may be word. You can't say all ABC questions are having same marks. Maybe this place 20 marks. This place कितना marks है बताओ? 15 marks and 15 marks, right? Like that. But wherever you can get the maximum marks, that question you can attempt. So that maximum marks, how many here? With this 35. I can get even 40 also. How do I say? 20, 20 and 10 marks. So 40 also can get maximum marks, right? That means that you can go for a 40 maximum, right? How much is going to be happen, please here? That 30 है ना? 220. 220. यहाँ पे 10 कम हो गया, वहाँ पे 20 कम. 220, right? So 220, you have to not to just attempt like in a humanities, you have to attempt in correct. If you really attempted 200 plus correct attempt, if you really attempted a 200 plus correct attempt out of the 250, I can bet with you 150 plus easily possible. But if you are a good sense of student, I can bet that you can attempt all 250 by 250 also. At least you can get 180, 200 marks, 180 plus you can get. A lot of students got 180 plus also. If you can go through the IMS brochure, you can find some students' marks. It depends. Don't be emotional. Somewhere, what is, what to do, what not to do. That is more important. If you can go by traditional way, I want to finish it, I want to finish, you will become teacher like me. You will not become civil servant. If you want to become civil servant, you have to be, smart enough to complete the contents which are required for the exam. That's the same thing you have to apply in the general studies also. The same situation you can apply in the paper 2 also. Sometimes 3D may not like by so many people, but 3D is linked with a lot of things. So why do you leave? Right. So this way the things to be taken up. So I'm sure I would say क्या लेगा? Yeah, I'm sure क्या लिखा है? Yeah, never ever compare with anybody your preparation. In the sense, first of all you always have to think, have I been finished with my content? That's more important. lot of people, what they do, without finishing their part, they'll always try to compare with somebody. What those somebody, sometimes those somebody people are wrong also. Just they can, raise the heading. Have you studied this content? Have you studied this content? But that fellow has not studied any content. But when he is spelling up so many contents, names, headings, the fellow who is listening him, अरे यार इन्होंने इतना चैप्टर्स का नाम बता रहे, मैं कुछ नहीं पढ़ा, ये तो इसको इतना मतलब कर लिया इन्होंने, आखिर में क्या हो, he is ending up with what? Confusion. He is ending up with what? Frustration. So that's what where you shouldn't get the confused. But you always have to think, being a serious aspirant, finish your syllabus contents more important. Without finishing up, expectations so much is not so good, right? So it's what my suggestion, please. And moreover, I can say nowadays students are they're vacant. They are full with their materials, full with a lot of stuff in their hand, but they are vacant for reading basically. They they'll always think that okay, I have a lot of materials with me, a lot of stuff with me, I can read. That I can read is one of the days what? Exam day, right? So it doesn't able to do anything. So it's an opportunity for you to complete very quickly. Suppose I just told in few moments, like I told that I just gave a complete roadmap of the chapter basically. I started with one of the vendor problem. I told about that. Okay, this is a problem. It can be started here, but it can keep on move till the end of the chapter also, right? So you always have to keep in mind link. I just told something is links between what chapters. I just told what is exactly the paper to be carried out, and what are the number of questions to be attempted. In an old pattern was very easy, but now in a new pattern there is a competition between the questions. There is a toughness is there in attempt, right? So sometimes even out of the 3 parts of the one question, you may know one part is good, the other 2 parts you may not know. That's what way you should not go for the what any bad luck. You should always go for the what good luck. For the safer side, what are the number of chapters to be studied by me? So you are coming to me. I'm a very ready-made person. बनी आदमी हूँ यहाँ पे. So इस टीचर से कैसे मैं नॉलेज लेना है, क्या लेना है, ये मतलब रखो. सस्ता मत सोचो. सस्ता सोचो तो क्या होता है? सस्ता मतलब इन द सेंस लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आजकल क्या फ्री में निकाल दूँ सोचते हैं. अरे फ्री तो फ्री होता है लाइफ, एक दिन आपको फ्री कर देगा. आदत हो जाता ना, अरे ये है वो है, उसके चक्कर से आदमी क्या होता है, सीरियसनेस नहीं होता है. बट व्हेन यू कम टू लाइक बाई रेफरिंग समबडी फॉर योर सेल्फ, ही इज़ माई रेफरल, and since he is my referral, I have to follow him. And you can follow. Every day you can practice something. When you practice something every day, will help you, and that knowledge is going to be banked up in your mind, and that will help you in exam basically. Otherwise it can't. So लोगों को patience नहीं है किसी referral को रखने के लिए, right? I'm a referral to all the people over here. I'll say something every day. Something I'll say that every day something is always going to be give you something to become a stable, to stay with your preparation properly. Otherwise you can leave the preparation. अब इधर उधर भागता रहता है. So आजकल भाग दौड़ वाले बच्चे बहुत है. पहले एक बच्चे प्रिपेयर करे तो, मैं बता रहा हूँ, पहले एक बच्चे प्रिपेयर करे तो अभी 10 बच्चे प्रिपेयर करने वाला है. How? I say, in olden days, in my days, or even 2015, 16, 17, 18, 2019 before तक लोग प्रॉपरली कॉलेज अटेंड करता था. उस समय भी क्या होते हैं, जनरली आगे दरवाजे से अटेंडेंस देते, पीछे दरवाजा अटेंडेंस देने के बाद पीछे दरवाजे से भी चले जाते हैं. कई सारे कॉलेज में आगे पीछे दरवाजा भी रहते हैं, अच्छा कॉलेजेस में. इज इट राइट और हाँ? हाँ यस. आगे दरवाजे का मतलब क्या होता है, टीचर को एंट्री करने के लिए, पीछे दरवाजा बच्चे के लिए. बट बच्चे भी आगे दरवाजे से एंट्री करते, पीछे दरवाजे से चले जाते हैं अटेंडेंस देने के बाद. अब वो अटेंडेंस देने के लिए भी नहीं जा रहे बच्चे. जितने भी यूजीस के अंदर, मैं तो ओपनली बता रहा हूँ, कोई देखे तो भी अच्छा है वाला बात. जितने भी यूजीस के अंदर, यूजीसी के अंदर जितने भी कॉलेजेस हैं, बहुत सारे बच्चे कॉलेज जाने वाला नहीं है, नहीं जा रहे. इट्स अ बिग नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट इन दी नेशन बेसिकली. कुछ सीखने वाला तो है ही नहीं. कॉलेज में एडमिशन ले रहा है, एग्जाम के टाइम में जाके एग्जाम लेके, बट एग्जाम लिखने के लिए कहाँ से इसके पास टफ है बताओ? यूट्यूब में देख रहा है, इधर उधर देख रहे हैं, जाके एग्जाम में लेकर आए. It means that they are not getting what exactly the environment of the college, study environment they are not getting. Just they are getting the degrees basically. उससे क्या फायदा है बताओ? They have to learn the word, you know, the life skills. The life skills are possible by going by to the colleges and all properly, by meeting with the teachers, meeting with the mentors, meeting with some group friends also, group studies also. That environment is now it's broken basically, right? So इस कारण से क्या बोला 2022 से सेल्फ मैथ्स किया, कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आया. अच्छा संतोष नहीं आया. एंड आपकी क्लास ज्वाइन करने से कॉन्फिडेंस आना. ये तो टीचर को देखने से कॉन्फिडेंस तो आएगा ना. सो डेफिनेटली जो वो बोल रहा हूँ ये सच बता रहा हूँ, राइट. सो इट मीन्स दैट यू नो कोरोना में काफ़ी सारे लोगों को डिग्री फ्री में मिला, अच्छा सा कॉलेज से घर बैठ के फ्री मिला डिग्री, कॉलेज नाम अच्छा है. सो उस डिग्री से क्या करेगा बेचारा? सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. सो प्लीज़ ऑनलाइन इज देयर विद अस. इट्स एन एक्स्ट्रा अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर अस, extra benefit for us basically. We have to use this opportunity. That's not a wrong, right? But along with that, we should not miss our traditional learnings. That also to be managed, that also to be maintained. So that's very important, right? So otherwise, you know, these kind of exams are very difficult to crack without something guidance, right? Which type of questions exam? It's okay, I'll tell you in the classes. Okay, this way the things to be taken up. Please be careful. And आप अपना विरोधी सो रहे हैं, आप थोड़ा मतलब आँख खुल के रखो आप, so that your competition you can easily win the competition. Otherwise ऐसे ख़त्म हो जाता है, right? You should not miss those kind of things. Now we'll continue this class from tomorrow onwards. YouTube guys, whosoever the guys are attending the class through YouTube, you ask me some questions, I'll tell you your doubts. Okay? ये तो अचानक से YouTube में लाइव कर लिया हमने. सो अदरवाइज पहले दिन से, एक दिन पहले से हम लोग अनाउंसमेंट करना था, नहीं किया ऐसे. इट्स ओके, बट दिस लेक्चर YouTube में पढ़ा रहे थे, लोग देखेगा, क्या दिक्कत है, राइट? हाँ, बच्चे के साथ हिंदी तो बोल तो रहे हैं, इतना हिंदी तो यहाँ पे आके सीख गया, मैं दिल्ली आके सीख गया हिंदी, डोंट वरी, इतना तो समझ में आ जाते आपको. चलो, ग्रेट. आई थिंक शैल आई स्टॉप द क्लास? सो दिस क्लास आई विल टेक 2 hours, okay? And my methodology over here, I can say, I'll just talk about that as well, if you allow me, right? My methodology over here is that I always, like I've been taken over here the problem of the vendor. Like the vendor problem I'll give the possible background tips, then I'll go for the definition, and then I'll go for the theory, something like that. Okay. So I'll start the things by word, something like example and all, and I'll go into the word. Next, theory I won't focus so much, but I'll focus a lot on the concept and doing the problems basically. That's what needed for this exam. Exam. Okay. Yeah, second thing, I always believe, you know, how this mathematics optional got success. Why the other science subjects did not get success. So one thing is that in this UPSC pattern, maths and medical science, they are highly, you know, scoring topics, scoring subjects. So, but medical science is very vast, guidance is less. Why? These two subjects can give the, you know, full marks, possibly complete marks. Right is right, wrong is wrong. In the case of the mathematics, you have to write a step-by-step of answer writing. And in the case of the medical science, no grammar or no nothing, right? Hardly the disease names and all, right? So what grammar, what mistakes takes place? Right is right, wrong is wrong there. That's the reason. These are, you know, good scoring, you know, things. You are taking the mathematics optional means that for the marks, not for the what? Subject to learn. Should not get any emotional by taking the subjects. For example, you've been taking history. महात्मा गांधी इज ट्रैवलिंग इन थर्ड क्लास कंपार्टमेंट इन द ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ऐसा करके ऐसे हुआ सर। दक्षिण कौन, हाँ यस, ऑस्ट्रेलिया नहीं, कौन सा कंट्री है, साउथ अफ्रीका, राइट। कैसा लगता है आदमी का जो हैंड के ऊपर जो क्या होता है, हेयर होता है ना, हेयर खड़ा हो जाता है। अब मैं अपना देश के बारे में कुछ सुन रहा हूँ, बट मैथ सुन के कौन सा देश के बारे में सुनता लगता है बताओ। एक प्लस का भी मिस्टेक है तो फाइट करते रहो उसके पीछे, माइनस का भी मिस्टेक है तो फाइट करते रहो, मल्टीप्लिकेशन का मिस्टेक है तो फाइट करते रहो, राइट। दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, ओके। सो देयर इज नो इमोशनलिटी ओवर हियर, you are here with the mathematics. It means that how to crack the good marks, that's more important. That is possible. The same type of model questions will come. IMS material will be repeated with many questions. IMS test series will be repeated with the many questions, right? So when there is a fixed situation is there, when fixed area is there with us, so why do we lose? When you came to know the questions are from this only, question is from this only, why do you lose? That's what my point. आदमी को नींद नहीं आना चाहिए. So why, what is my success secret, I would say, with this mathematics? I never, like to say, this maths got popular by me. I can't say. I can say this maths got popular by my material. I would say. I created a boundary for the content. You have to read only this. That's it. एंड उससे आदमी को कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ जाता है, अरे इतने पढ़ना है। ह्यूमैनिटीज़ में पढ़ता रहा, पता ही नहीं है वो कौन सा क्वेश्चन आया एग्जाम में, पता ही नहीं। फिर अगले दिन एग्जाम के दिन के बाद जाके टीचर से पूछा, अच्छा ये भी क्वेश्चन दिया है। टीचर अगले साल के लिए टीचर कवर करते हैं वो क्वेश्चन, फिर अगले नए क्वेश्चन आते हैं, क्या करेगा टीचर उसमें। इसलिए देयर इज अनसर्टेनिटी इन द ह्यूमैनिटीज़। अनदर पॉइंट इज दैट ह्यूमैनिटीज आंसर्स आर दिस ओपिनियन बेस्ड आंसर्स। गलती से आपका ओपिनियन, लकीली आपका ओपिनियन वहाँ से सिंक हो गया, आपका मार्क्स मिल गया, खत्म। इस बार अगर आप आउट ऑफ दी इफ यू गेट दी 220 मार्क्स या 250 मार्क्स इन ह्यूमैनिटीज, आपको लगता है बहुत मार्क्स आया, सच में बहुत मार्क्स है। अगले साल आपको गारंटी नहीं 250 आते नहीं आते, बट दैट इज नॉट द केस विद द मैथमेटिक्स। 250 से ऊपर ही जाते हैं, नीचे कभी नहीं आते, बट ह्यूमैनिटीज में ड्रास्टिकली नीचे 200 के अंदर भी आ जाते हैं। ऐसे भी हो, बहुत लोग मिले मेरे को ऐसे लोग। So why do you fight with the uncertainty? So when there is a certainty, why don't you fight there? That's what one thing, right? One another point would be, so you all are graduated with the maths. You all are graduated with maths, right? So even after you are graduated also, my teaching methodology says, I'll give you this material stuff in advance to your hand. So with this, what is the benefit to this student, I'll tell you. Suppose this LPP might be studied in his graduation. He may already know. उनको पता है तो खोल के तो करते रहे, अब अपन से करते रहे, घर पे करते रहे, क्लास के अंदर भी करते रहे। जो डाउट आते टीचर्स इमीडिएटली पूछे। अगर इफ आई डोंट गिव दिस मटेरियल टू यू, यू आर कमिंग टू द क्लास विद एम्प्टी mind or anything, and sitting and waiting for the teacher what he is writing, what is teaching, and you are keep on writing, but hardly how many problems I can solve in the class? Hardly 2-3 problems I can solve in the class. If I don't give you this material, then what do you do? You go home and you'll open the 4-5 books or 2-3 books or 1-2 books. The many confusions by looking at the books. But all the book stuff is collected at one place. But even this material, if I'll give you after the class also, no benefit. Because you have wasted your time. Because if you already know this content in your graduation, why do I create a situation for any student to waste their time? बट इस गैप में टीचर का कुछ दिक्कत हो सकता है, टीचर के लिए कुछ नुकसान हो सकते हैं। कुछ बच्चा ऐसा होता है, हाँ यार यहाँ पे लिखा है, टीचर का क्या सुनना है करके अगले दिन क्लास नहीं आता, उसका नुकसान वहाँ चालू होता है। समटाइम्स even you come with the study of this material also, since I have a long experience in this teaching of the 25 years, बोलते हैं तो मेरे को भी ठीक नहीं लगता, राइट? बोलते हैं तो मेरे को भी ठीक नहीं लगता। ठीक है, 25 का मतलब कितना उम्र का टीचर, ऐसे करके सोचते हैं ना लोग, बात है। So I can start, basically, instead of starting from the A, A to B and B to C, sometimes I can start from where? B. I'll go to the C also, then I'll go to the what? A also. Because you know, I already, my trust is that I already gave this material to the student. So why do I start as very traditionally from A? It's a waste of the time sometimes, based upon the situation of the contents. So I can, since I gave it, you know, I can start from anywhere. And finally our goal is to understand the word content. Finally our goal is to understand the word content. It's a fact. Another point, another benefit is that if I give this material to you, and within this boundary of this material, within the boundary of the previous year questions, if you need to read, रात में 1 बजे भी उठ के इसको खोल के within this only you can practice. Because आपका content collectively in a limited format. You have to study in a limited format. There is nothing to imagine. अगर मैं ये नहीं देता हूँ, रात में 1 बजे ले उठ के कौन सा पढ़ते? 4 बुक्स खोलते क्या? आप इंटरनेट खोल के पढ़ते क्या? वो बहुत देर, बहुत नुकसान होता है. आपको पता चल गया इतने में ही पढ़ना है. Another point, basically, you know, I tell you what to read basically. How much you need to concentrate to complete your purpose of the exam, I'll tell you. Now, you don't need to purchase any books also, because books are available in your mobile. A lot of PDFs you can get if you go through by the internet, Telegram, you can find every book, possibly, right? Okay, I'll tell you the reading stuff. Reading stuff. Okay, that very first is that IMS class questions, Q&S questions, class and questions. Number 2 is that and IMS material. ये मत सोचो IMS का IMS. सारे बुक्स तो कॉपी करने का IMS होते हैं ना. सारे बुक्स मैं खुद ही कॉपी किया, possibly. Then you left with only IMS, nothing else. Next, third thing is that very important is that PYQs, right? At least 15 to 20 years. Okay. And previous years of word, IAS and IFoS. Fourth thing is that IMS test series. Sometimes IMS current test series also. IMS current plus previous years. Previous years of IMS test series. 100% I am saying that it's more than enough. Is it too much? Nothing to see here and there. Obviously, if you have any doubt, internet is there with you, ChatGPT is there with you. Nowadays, 1 second में आजकल solution ही मिल रहा है लोगों को. मिल रहा है नहीं मिल रहा है? मिल तो रहा है. But you should not get the solution without your efforts. Right. First you try your efforts, then इसके बाद किसने क्या लिखा? संतोष. Sir, since maths is a subject of the practice, should I use my own class? You can use. What's the problem? Just understand the concept and practice. Take correct. Santosh, Shivam section. Next, Santosh, कोई भी कहीं से पढ़े पर आपके नोट्स जरूर ही लेता है. हाँ, मेरे नोट्स तो ले लेते हैं. ठीक है, चलो, good. And we'll see. This is what I'm trying to say. And it's well, please do not miss the way I'm trying to say. You follow that in a candid way. And thank you. We'll see the same content, the same sequence of the class tomorrow. And Thank you. Wish all the best.